Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring a review for Vamp the Lost Soul Manga chapter 28. This chapter again has one focus, and even within the one focus, not a lot going on. So there's not really much to talk about, but I'm not gonna lie. Spoiler alert for the review. I am disappointed because I did warn about this ever since Nick did his Magi limit break, mass shadow teleportation and assassination. I had the feeling that this the rest of the arc was going a certain way. If you've watched that review, you know what I'm talking about, and it seems very much going in that direction. This chapter kind of solidifies the direction I thought it was kind of going with. And granted, it hasn't landed yet, but the fact that it's going in that direction, I am disappointed. And it's basically just making this fight less enjoyable overall as a whole. So first things first, in this fight we have Mark II, have another transformation. So he's got his human form, he's got what I'm going to call his first monster form, and I guess I call this form the straight beast form, whatever, but it's revealed within this chapter, and it's a mixture of different monsters. You can see that for yourself if you've read the chapter. And basically hinted through Nick, it's basically assumed that he has somewhat less control in this form, and based on what Nick says in this chapter is like, Nick says something on the lines of, Nick says something on the lines of he's realized a switch has been flipped within Mark II, and I took this to mean that he's just more in control than he is in his other forms. And that's a problem in itself, because Nick, for one, he's new to this world, he's new to his real world, his real life, what his life's really about. He's only just come accustomed to that about 5 weeks back. So for the fact for him to be so knowledgeable, I know we do know he got taught some things during the month that he had with his training. We see that via just coming in to teach him about, what was it about psychics. So I'm guessing then it's safe to assume that he learned about other things as well, but I don't think he should be so knowledgeable about Mark II, to know that there's a difference in his personality. So that's a problem for me, and that's the first problem with me. So I mentioned that how Mark II has a new transformation within this chapter, and I feel like it's a more beastly transformation and he has less control of it, whatever. And then the last thing to talk about is essentially the fight himself, because like I said previously, ever since the teleportation, I felt like the fight was going to be very plot focused, with Nick winning because he's the main character, and that's exactly where I see it's coming, where this fight is going. Hasn't landed there yet, but I feel like it's safe to assume that that's where it's going. And the fact that it seems like the fight is ending over an electric shock to end. Granted, it's not solidified yet, but the fact that this is the route that we're heading, I am disappointed, and it just made the fight less enjoyable. I would have much rather seen some more switching out between Puppet and Nick, but it seems like Nick, in the very least, has wised up to realize that right now he can't rely on Puppet based on the events of last chapter, and that's pretty much what I gotta say about it. So I know it hasn't landed. What I fear the most hasn't happened as of yet, but because I have this fear implanted in me and it has made this chapter less enjoyable, gotta be honest, I'm only giving this chapter a 2-star rating. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.